Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers inside the Fort Wayne Museum of Art. I'm WTHR political reporter Kevin Rader, and who better to talk to while we are surrounded by all this beautiful exhibit than the executive director of the museum, Charles Shepard III. So welcome to Comcast Newsmakers.
Thank you, happy to be here.
And thank you for letting us be here. Explain to me, we were talking a little bit off camera about how you remain relevant in here, about the assortment of myriad of things you have in here.
Well, we see the importance of having many different things so that we can actually mean something to more people in the community. It starts with that. Then we also understand that artists of every era have always identified themselves with what's going on around them. So it could be social issues, it could be a war, it could be beauty, but all those things are getting addressed by art. So we spend a lot more time probably trying to dig up an artist that we can match to a topic, in this case civil rights, more recently Vietnam, so on and so forth, and bring that art forth.
Let's talk about the room a little bit that we're sitting in, because I know we can see it in some of these shots. What are we looking at here?
Well, you're looking at a beautiful gallery that is designed to be split into two, if need be, or used as one, as you can see today. All the colors that you're surrounded by today are picked especially for every single show gets its own shade, and we pick that by looking at the artwork first and then finding out what's going to make that artwork sing. We run about 40 feet up in the air, so there's a nice cathedral feeling about it. And between the lighting, the height, and the coloration, we want to really make you feel like you're in a temple of another kind.
And the topic?
And the topic here is the bus boycotting and the civil rights action.
And tell me about other notable pieces that you have here in the museum, because obviously it's more than just this room. Well,
we have a variety of really precious pieces that we're very, very proud of. We have a few Andy Warhols. We have a great kinetic sculpture by George Rickey in the room to our left. We've got Paul Manship, who did the great statue in Rockefeller Center Square. We've got some beautiful bronze maquettes of another project he did. So we're blessed to have a wonderful collection.
And you're blessed to be here. Fort Wayne's blessed to have it. But how do you keep it solvent? How do you raise money? How do you make ends meet in this tough economic climate?
Well, and it is tough. I think everybody recognizes that. But we think, number one, we're full of energy, and we never stop trying to find another stone to turn over to get somebody to help us support what we try to do. We try to stay relevant, so it's going to be meaningful to people, and we attract a lot of people. So folks coming through will either take a membership, which is support in its own way, or they'll give to the annual fund, or they'll buy a ticket. All those things together make us able to make our budget.
To ask you a little bit about artwork, because this is an interesting question about the resurgence of techniques that we used to see from past artists like Picasso. What are you seeing?
Well, it's interesting, because I was just asked this question by a group of artists yesterday, whether it's legitimate or not to go back and look at past work. And I think it absolutely is legitimate. And what you find when you go back to look at Picasso or Paul Klee or any of those folks is that they did things that you can rechannel, recycle, and make relevant today. Cubism, for example, inspired a whole neo-geometric movement that is very strong today. Some of the sort of Spanish anti-war, anti-imperialist things from 1860 have inspired contemporary artists who look at popular culture. So there's a lot that can get reused. It's legitimate. You should be proud of it.
Charles Shepard III, you should be proud of this facility. It's a beautiful facility.
I very much am.
And thank you for letting us in here. Executive Director of the Fort Wayne Museum of Art. I'm Kevin Rader, and that's Comcast Newsmakers.